Hello everybody and welcome back to Osmo Tips. In this video, we're going to be looking at yet another microphone that you may want to consider for your DJI Osmo camera, as long as it's got the microphone input socket right here. So we received this microphone from a company called Comica. If you've been following our videos, you know we've been reviewing quite a few of their microphones, and we do this on a no holds barred basis, meaning we basically give these microphones a run and give our objective analysis of how these microphones fare whenever we use them. So this particular one is the stereo condenser shotgun microphone. The model number is CVM-SV20. So let's take a look at what's inside. Packaging is really simple. So it's got this foam protection here, and then it's got the microphone itself. Couple of warranty stuff and the operating manual. So we're going to take a walk around the whole microphone and see what makes up this microphone. So first of all, starting from this end, you've obviously got the 3.5mm audio input jack. At the front of the mic, you've got the mic windshield, which you can remove to reveal the actual microphone capsule itself. So on top here, you've got the right and left, so it looks like this is a stereo microphone. It'll pick up sound patterns from the right hand side and from the left hand side. So if we just take a closer look at the controls, you've got here the on and off switch, so you go from an off to an on position, and then you've got an additional position which has got this symbol here, which is normally associated with low cut filter. It doesn't say so in the manual, but we'll give it a test and see what sort of results that achieves. On the left hand side here, you've got the sensitivity switch, so you can go from -10 dB to 0 dB, and then you've got the +10 dB. On the bottom end here, you can see it works with the CR2032 battery, 3-volt battery, and then all you have here on the base is you've got a cold shoe mount, which really is standard for these sort of microphones. So I'm going to put the windshield back on for now. So on the base here is where you can insert or remove the battery. So I'll simply unscrew it like this, and if you're using it for the very first time, what you want to do is you just want to unhook the battery like that using this, and then that pops out. You will see there is a plastic shield which prevents the battery from connecting, and all you got to do is just remove that. You don't need that for now. So this little film here, get rid of that, and then you insert your battery back in. Just clip that in place, and then you screw that on. And the mic should be ready to fire up. So the on position, we get a blue LED light, which shows that the microphone is actually working now. And that really is all there is to the Comica CVM-SV20. So at this stage, I'm going to bring back the Osmo. So I've got obviously the straight arm extension here, the universal arm, as well as the phone holder. So I'm going to go for a vlogging style where I want the microphone to be facing me. I'm going to be on this side. So I'm simply going to insert the microphone just like that, tighten it, and then this cable here, which is really a flexible cable, will plug in right over there. And that's it. That completes the setup. So it really is a neat little setup, very small form factor. It doesn't take up a lot of space and looks very handy, very natural in the hand as well. What I want to do now is just do a sound check to make sure that the audio levels are set correctly. So now we're connected up, and what I'm interested in here is checking these audio levels. So I'm going to do a couple of sound checks. So sound check one, sound check one. You can always reduce the audio level to make sure that it doesn't clip. So at the moment, the setting that we're on is we're on 0 dB. Let's start off on 0 dB. So this is 0 dB. So as long as I'm not clipping here, I'm pretty happy with this setting. Testing 1, 2. Testing. That's pretty decent. Testing 1, 2. So let's do a little test right now and see if this setting is okay. So right now I'm just testing the audio to see what sort of audio levels we're going to get. So I'm going to count up to 1, 2, 3. That was a little bit of a clipping right there, but I don't expect to be going as loud as that. So that should be enough. Let's go into the recorded clips. Let's play that back. So right now I'm just testing the audio to see what sort of audio levels we're going to get. So I'm going to count up to 1, 2, 3. That was a little bit of a clipping. I'm not sure if you heard that clipping. So it looks like we've got a pretty decent setup. So I'm going to take this outside and just do a couple of tests, walking around, changing the settings a bit. But I'll be walking you through some of these settings as I go. So I've got the first setup now, which is 0 dB gain. So this is the setup that I've got right now. I'm simply just walking around. It's really an audio test more than anything else, just for you to get a sense of how this microphone sounds like, pretty much. So you guys tell me, would this microphone be something you would consider? All right, so that was on 0 dB. I'm going to change now to plus 10 dB. So this is now plus 10 dB. I have no idea how this is going to sound like until I get back to the studio, obviously, and start listening back to it. But this is the plus 10 dB setting. You guys tell me in the comment section below, is this a microphone? First of all, are you guys still using your Osmo as much as you hoped you would? Because I'm starting to see comments, people saying, they either selling their Osmo or they're not finding as much use as they would. I must admit, on my end as well, I'm not using it as much as I was in the first days. But still, when I just want a quick way to shoot stabilized B-roll footage, I find the Osmo really is great for that purpose. That was enough of plus 10 dB. Let's go to minus 10 dB. So we're now shooting at minus 10 dB. So as I was saying, I'm wondering if you guys are still using your Osmo cameras as much as you hoped you would, or as much as you were when you first got it. I'm finding less and less use for it, but it's still a great camera. Now what I want to do is I want to go back to 0 dB. Okay, just going back to 0 dB. And let's head back this way. And what I want to do is I want to activate that switch, which actually has been activated all along. Okay, so all along we were in that, what I'm thinking is a low cut filter mode. So all the recordings you've heard before, I was in that low cut filter mode. So let me start again with minus 10 dB. So you're listening to minus 10 dB right now. This is minus 10 dB on the normal on position with not having the low cut filter activated. So from the minus 10 dB, let's go to the 0 dB. That's 0 dB. And the switches from 0 to minus 10 to 10 really is very smooth. No issues whatsoever. So let's go to plus 10 now. So plus 10 dB in the normal on position. Again, there is it's for you to judge how this sounds. To me, it sounds pretty decent. Got some people coming up now, so I'm just gonna have to be quiet for a minute. Okay, so I hope that gives you a little bit of a sense of how this microphone sounds. Is it something that you're likely to add to your kit, or if you're still looking around for a microphone, does this sound like something you want to use? Let me go to 0 dB. So I'm back on 0 dB. This mic you see here, this you can always change the position of. It doesn't have to be appearing in your frame. I'm just so you can